Telangana movement was a very big struggle. Among all the struggle, it was the largest and strongest resistance movement by the farmers in India before independence, I mean after independence. Their demand was against landlord exploitation. Their demand right to tenancy, right to minimum wage and reduction of interest of the money lenders. That was the demand, and there was a Nizam's rule in that. Nizam's rule was very barbaric rule, and Nizam has a force, it is called Rajakar. Rajakar is a force who are used to organize oppression against the farmers regularly, forcefully capture their crops, taken away their crops, force them to work freely like that. So, against this Nizam's oppression, the farmers started struggle. Most important struggle in this Telangana was on this is Nalgonda, Warangal and Khammam, that is called Telangana belt in that area. About 3,000 villages, about 30 lakh population of that area, and farmers, they are very bad shape. There are no land, no income, massive poverty, there is no food for the farmers. So, in that situation farmers started struggle in October 1946 against this oppression. That struggle started, and that continued up to 1951. More than 5-6 years this movement was spread in their Telangana belt, and their struggle was, you know, how to defeat this Nizam's oppression. Then about comrade PS reported that the 4,000 communists and farmers were killed in this battle, and about 10,000 cadres of the movement, they were arrested and massive torture they faced. Then hundreds of women were molested, raped by the police, military and Rajakar force, and also 50,000 people totally faced repression during the movement. This is a very big movement, but this movement created a big sense among the farmers. Farmers, they formed their militia, they formed their guerrilla force, and with that force they started fighting. That is the very biggest resistance movement in the country so far by the farmers, and they lot 5 years it took almost in a full struggle went on, and Nizam's force ultimately retreated, and later on Indian force entered. Jawaharlal Nehru sent military there, and about 50,000 army were posted there and to suppress the movement, to control the movement. But this movement created new consciousness in this area. There is a people's Raj, they would administer, run the administration in that area. They reduced the taxes, they distributed, they took land from the landlords, 10 lakh acres of land were recovered and distributed among the poor peasant landlords. So, this is a very big Kisan movement in the country. Whatever demand we raised Kisan Sabha, actually a part of that was realized through the Telangana movement. So, this movement is a very big movement of the Kisan movement, and it is historical Kisan movement. It inspired the Kisans all over India, and about the Rajakar Nizam were forced to retreat through that movement, but later on the government Indian government, they entered and they also tried to suppress the movement. Thousands of people are implicated in false cases, many people are jailed, some people are hanged, all this stuff atrocities is gone to suppress the movement. So, this Telangana movement, it is another historical movement which inspired the farmers all over India, that we have to raise our demand, we have to organize ourselves in a proper manner, and we have to resist any sort of repression. That is the only way of living for the farmers of the country.